those hands together. I said, if you're excited about being here tonight. Yeah, welcome to Women's Wednesday at Redemption Life Church. Amen.
Amen.
Here at Redemption Life doing Bible, our power hour, we do something we call help get over the hump. You know, Wednesday is hump day. Sometimes we are in need of a refill. So let's get up and find at least 3 people that you can encourage, say an uplifting word, something positive, just to help them get over the hump. Amen. Come on, let's stand up. Don't be afraid, because here we're not just church, we are a family. Make sure we're not just staying alone with.
Wait. You telling me to help me get over the hump? Did you do, girl? Okay, you go, girl.
God bless you.
God bless you, sister.
Do we feel better? Yeah. Amen. Amen. I'm going to read this scripture. A couple of weeks ago, Mr. Meeks at a Bible study, a women's group Bible study at her home, and I've been studying this ever since. Titus 2:3-5. Likewise, teach the older women to be reverent in the way they live, not to be slanderous or addicted to much wine, but to teach what is good. Then they can urge the younger women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, to be kind, and to be subject to their husbands, amen, so that no one will malign the word of God. That means to shame. Amen. So I just think that's a powerful passage of scripture. You know, we're supposed to be examples for the younger women. I believe that we're doing that on today. We have 4 redeemed ladies of Christ. We're going to lead us in our study of the word of God on tonight. We're so excited about that. You know, I totally understand that it's not easy getting up before the people. I don't care if it's church family or not. It's not easy. But one thing about it, you have our support. Amen. Come on, let's put our hands together. We have our prayers. I've been praying for you all day. There is no reason to fear, no pressure. Just say what the Lord says and you're going to be all right as long as He is pleased. We're not here to critique anybody. They are not preachers, but all of us are supposed to be carriers of the gospel. Amen. Spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. Amen. Let's do something different. Let's stand up real quick. Pull some help too. I know when I'm nervous, but Sunday morning I can preach speak at another church. And when I get nervous, I start to sing. You know, and my husband came, I go, what's wrong with you? You sound awful. It was so fun. But it was my personal worship time. It was just from my heart to the Lord's. You know, I wasn't worried about the musician being there. I wasn't worried about staying in the same key. It was just my personal time of worship. So I'm going to pull some help. Come on, Kayla, Miss Rhonda, Minister Meeks, come on. Yeah, we're going to do this real, because I know they're nervous. I've been getting texts and inbox. I know that they're nervous, but I know we talked about at the leadership meeting on Sunday. Sometimes when we're nervous and we have to speak or be before the people, sometimes we just like to sing. So we did not rehearse. I don't even know what's going to come out of my mouth, but we just going to flow. In this time, just like raise your hand. Come on, just in your own way, begin to worship God. We just want to make sure we help them get over the hump. We're going to sing.
Just trying to help you out.
Thank you. So just in your own way, just begin to worship God. You know, just from your heart to His. God, you're worthy. God, we love you. Yes, we may have some fear, but God, you have not given us a spirit of fear. We remove fear right now in the name of Jesus. God, we ask that you give them holy boldness, God. Comfort them. Give them a sense of peace, oh God. Ease their minds, God. We're here for them. Hallelujah. We have their back on tonight, God. Allow them to say what you have them to say. Do what you would have them to do, oh God. Allow them to be a mouthpiece for your glory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Just begin to worship Him in your own way. Removing all the fear, removing all the doubt. Hallelujah. God, you're so worthy. God, we're going to do what you have assigned to our hands, even if we have to do it scared. We're still going to do it. Hallelujah to your name, God. Glory to your name, oh God. You're so worthy. Even when we're unworthy, God, you're yet worthy. Hallelujah. It's none like you in all the earth. Just begin to open up your mouths and worship God in your own way. From your heart to His, from your mouth to His. Sometimes we have to speak aloud to serve the devil. Notice that he has no power. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to your name, God. Bless on tonight, God. Use us on tonight, oh God. We're going to give you all the glory. We take no credit. We're not worthy. All the glory belongs to you, oh God.
Yes, God. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You're deserving of it all, God. Thank you, God. Unconditional, God. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, God. Yes, God.
Now just flow with me. In the name of Jesus. I give you all of me. 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 Withholding nothing. Come on, join us in worship. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. I give you all of me. I give you all of me. I give you all of me. I give you all. Give you all of me. I give you all of me. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Come on, join us in worship. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. I give you all of me. 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 Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. God, we ask that you let them speak on tonight. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Use them as you see fit, oh God. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Then when I'm scared and I'm at home in my own worship time, I just begin to lift my hands and ask God to fill me up. Withholding nothing. I'm just trying to give you the same opportunity. Withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. Then I might switch a song. I might say, thank you, Lord. Come on, help us sing it. Corporate worship. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you, Lord. Everybody say thank. Come on, open up your mouth. You, Lord. Lord, you're worthy. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Anybody have anything to thank the Lord for on this evening? Thank you, Lord. I just want to thank. I just want to thank. I just want to thank. Lord, you've been so good. I just want to thank. I just want to thank you, Lord. If I feel a little bit better, come on. first, you may all may be seated. We're gonna first have, let's see here. Just whoever come out my mouth. And again, make sure that we give them our undivided attention, not just attention, but support and participation, amen. Again, it's not easy, but you won't know until you come up here, amen. So first we're gonna have, come on Tara, I'm gonna let you go first. Okay. Yeah, let's give it up, let's show Tara Crenshaw some love.
Amen. I'm Tara, as she said. They call me TT. So some of you probably won't know my real name because I get called TT all the time. But my real name is Tara. And excuse me, I had a minute in my mouth. I was given the task to talk to you today about sisterhood and being my sister's keeper. What is the definition of sisterhood? Having a sisterhood simply means having a relationship between sisters. Not necessarily meaning blood sisters, but women linked together sharing the same common interests, religion, or trade. When I joined the organization Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated back in April of 2006, I joined a sisterhood. We were women that shared a bond. Our common goal was scholarship, sisterhood, and service. From that common goal, we became sisters that valued each other as we valued ourselves. Even though we all graduated from college, started our own lives, and moved away from state to state, we still have a lifelong bond that cannot be broken to this very day. But first, how are we able to get to a place where we can exemplify sisterhood? How are we able to get to a place where we can show each other sisterhood? How are we able to get to a place where we can show each other sisterly love? Did you know that our relationship with each other reflects our own walk with God? Our relationship with God is connected to our relationship with other people. The two are inseparable. A lot of people think that our relationship with God in our lives just involves God and us. That it's personal. That it's a private thing.
Yeah.
Even though that you don't have to shout out to the world, to the ends of the earth, your deepest, darkest secrets, and to any and everybody about all your life experiences, but everybody has to be able to share some life experiences with others.
Yeah.
Those same experiences you went through and God pulled you out of are meant for you to share and help others.
That's right.
So that they would know that God did it for you, surely He would do it for me.
Amen. Amen.
God is no respecter of a person. He does not show favoritism. So yes, our life experiences and walk with God is surely tied up in our relationship with each other. My husband Charlie always reminds me of this verse, Proverbs 13:20. It says, "Walk with the wise and become wise.
Yeah.
Or a companion of fools suffers harm." Don't never get so big to where you think that you can't take advice from somebody else. Because if you know somebody that just made a left turn on Easy Street and runs smack dead into a brick wall, you will want somebody to warn you, right?
Yeah.
And say, hey, don't make that quick left on Easy Street, because if you do, you're gonna run smack dead into a brick wall. So, what would you say? Thank you. I appreciate it. I wasn't planning on tearing up my car today. That wasn't part of my agenda.
Yeah.
Or would you say, man, please, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going my own way. Go around the corner, speed. You cocky, you gonna speed around the corner. And guess what? End up hitting that same brick wall. Tear your car up, could possibly end your life. Why? Because you were stubborn to listen. Head too swole to take advice from somebody else. You had to learn for yourself, or some people would say you had to learn the hard way. Now guess what? It's your turn to warn somebody else about that same brick wall that you just hit. Because the brick wall is not going nowhere.
Right.
That don't mean that you're supposed to sit back and be selfish and watch your sister or your brother turn that same corner and hit that same brick wall. I had to learn, so they gonna learn. You know. That's now your opportunity to try to help somebody or give somebody some good sound advice. Even though the brick wall is just an analogy, it can still be used as the same principle in real life. I know it's a lot of young people now are graduating, are seniors in college and about to go off and leave their parents. And, you know, you can advise them, don't go up there partying every night, not studying, not going to class, because all you're going to do is end up right back at home.
Right.
No degree.
Right.
Disappointing your parents. Looking your parents in the face with your hands stuck out. Dead.
Yeah.
Or they, you know, young people now is, you know, all about freedom. When they get graduate, they want some freedom.
Yeah.
Okay, freedom. Don't go back and buck wild. Guess what? All that buck wild, that freedom can very much end you right up in jail.
That's
and then
right.
what? You have no freedom.
That's right.
We're supposed to encourage one another. Keep our sisters and our brothers on the straight and narrow.
That's right.
My sister's keeper.
Right.
We're supposed to pick each other up when we fall. Hebrews 10:24-25 says, and let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds. Not giving up on meeting together as one are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another. And for all the more as you see the days approaching. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore encourage one another and build one another up just as you was doing. My favorite verse is 1 Peter 4:8-10. It says, above all, keep loving on one another earnestly.
Yes.
Since love covers a multitude of sins,
Yeah.
show hospitality to one another
Yeah.
without grumbling.
Right.
As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another
Yeah.
as good stewards of God's very grace. I'm going to close and say this. We should be loving on one another and encouraging each other simply because we are God's children. I once heard a preacher say, you got to know who you are and whose you are.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
Who are you? And who do you belong to?
Wow.
We are kingdom kids.
That's right.
We represent God, who is the creator of the heaven and earth.
Yeah.
We should have a sisterhood. Why? Because God is love.
Yeah.
Our Heavenly Father showed the ultimate love to us all. We're supposed to treat all God's children with that same love. Why? Because He loves us first.
That's right.
I thank God for His love, His grace, and His mercy. Because without God's love, where would we be? We're supposed to be representatives of God's love. We all know what God's love look like.
Right.
How I know? Because we all sitting here today.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to show that same love to each other.
That's right.
That godly love.
Right.
I'm going to love you anyhow kind of love.
That's right. That's right.
I forgive you kind of love.
Yeah.
We're going to fight this thing through together kind of love.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage you to keep pressing on kind of love.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you fall.
Yeah.
I got your back, you got mine kind of love. Whatever you need, I'm here for you kind of love. That's what a sisterhood should look like.
That's right.
That's what being my sister's keeper should look like. Why? Because God loved us first. And we are representatives of God. I'm going to leave you with the question, who are you? And whose are you? W-H-O-S-E, meaning belonging, associated with. Who do you belong to? Do you belong to Christ? If so, then you should be a representative of love.
Yeah.
Amen.
keeper is. And the definition that I found was a person who manages or looks after someone. Somebody like a parent or a guardian. I then went to the Bible to try to find some places where they use keeper, but I actually found where they use the word keep. In 1 Chronicles 4:10, it says, Jabez cried out to the Lord of Israel, "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hands be with me and keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain." And God granted him his request. This sums up a lot. As your sister's keeper, are you trying to keep them from harm? Are you trying to keep them from pain? Are you trying to make sure that they don't have to go through something that you've already been through? I also looked up the word sister, and in Matthew 12:50 it says, "For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven, that person is my brother and my sister and my mother." So after studying this, I had to ask myself, am I my sister's keeper? So as of today, I can honestly say, yes, I am my sister's keeper. I love all my sisters. But 6.5 years ago, I was not. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. But 6.5 years ago, I was 7 months pregnant with my beautiful son, Ethan, my first baby. And me and his father, we had been together 5 years. And so we had went to high school too. Well, was with him when I was in high school. So being that we had been together 5 years, I had it all planned out, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna get married, we're gonna have a baby, we're gonna live happily ever after.
Yeah.
So it broke my heart when I found out he had cheated on me. And I get a phone call from a girl telling me, "Hey, I'm 3 months pregnant by your baby's father." What? You know? So I'm 7 months pregnant. She's 3 months pregnant, but we've been together 5 years. So who am I mad at? Her? Right? I'm hurt by him, but I'm mad at her because she's a woman. She should have known better. Like, why would you do that? So for the next probably 2 to 3 years, I hate using this word, but I hated her. I wanted nothing. I did not want my kid with her. I did not like her. I didn't want to hear about her. I didn't want any of it. And so, of course, that was a stumbling block for me and God.
Yeah.
And saying he treats me, you know, and everybody in the world too, right? Because, they did you wrong. I can't believe they would do that. I can't believe she would do that. No, you don't have to like her. You know, you have a right to hate her. And so they didn't make any of it any better. But I don't remember exactly what happened, but one day I was just talking to God and it just kind of like hit me, and I just started getting closer with him and closer with him and closer with him. And after I had my daughter, Adriana, they had the same dad, but a week after that, God just told me, like, this is not okay. What he's doing is not okay. I was thinking, I am trying to be loving God. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to forgive him. But God's like, no, he's hurting you. Like, I love you, Crystal. You're my daughter. You can't keep doing that. And so I completely left him alone. Of course, he's still in the kids' lives. But with that, I forgave Shannon, and I realized she was a victim as well because he was just feeding her lies. So now we have, like, me and Shannon, we have a very close relationship. All the kids grow up together, and we have a very close sisterhood. I mean, she has 2 kids by him, I have 2 kids by him. I take all 4 kids some nights, they'll spend the night, or like we went to a pool party Saturday, you know, they're growing up together, and regardless of whether their father is making wise choices with all 4 of them, they are all growing up together. So anybody who might experience it, I pray you never have to be mad at her, and don't, you know, try to take it out on her and put a wall up between you and God because you want to hate one of his other daughters, you know. And so let's see. So where I was going with that is relationship with God is a two-way street.
Yes.
So you can talk to God all you want to. You can talk to him until you're blue in the face. But if you don't stop and listen to what he has to say, you don't have a real, I'm not going to say connection, but you're not communicating with him. You're not, listening to God. Should I be mad at my child's father, or should I be mad at the woman? If I had done that to begin with, we could have just been having the kids grow up together, you know, from the beginning, but I didn't. And when you have a two-way relationship with God, then you listen to Him. You listen to what He's saying to your spirit. You let Him lead you. Yeah. And a lot of the pain that I think that a lot of people are feeling, and a lot of the hatred that they have against each other when they're looking to see what they're wearing, they're looking to see what they're driving, is they don't know who's, just like you said, they don't know whose they are in Christ. They don't know who they belong to. Mm-hmm. And so you have to just be one with God in order to be one with your sisters and to love your sisters just like you love God. It's crazy that you had asked me to speak on this, because after a lot of stuff had happened, God had actually put like this vision in my heart, and I hope that one day I do see it to come to pass. But I think that women, and starting out as young girls, a lot of the people, we all have one desire when we're a little girl. We want to grow up, we want to get married, we want to be a mom. Like Adriana is 4 and she already tells me, I want to be a mom, just like you know. And so instead of the girls hiding behind God and letting their husband come find them, they're out looking for him. And so then they get mad at all the other girls or all the other women that they think are prettier than them, or if they have more than them, because they think, oh, well, maybe my husband is going to want her instead of me. You know, and God He has your husband, and so you don't have to go searching for him. But I would love for one day, I just have this vision that if at church or wherever we had like a wedding ceremony for like the young girls or even the single girls, where they got to go to the altar and they got to like make a vow to God, like, God, I love you, just like you do when you get married, when you stand up there and you make that commitment to your husband. You cannot make that commitment to your husband until you make that commitment to God. And so maybe they can, you know, go up there and make the commitment to God and go through the ceremony and get a beautiful ring, so that they don't think about, oh, I want to get married so I can have a wedding. I want to get married so I can have a beautiful ring. You already have that ring. And if somebody asks you about it, if a man comes up and says, oh, you must be married. Yes, I'm married to God. They're not going to be like, you know, well, I'm going to try to get her in bed probably because she's married to God. Who's going to want it? So, yeah. And so, that's really all I have to say.
Church, because they've already done that. Really? They got rings. You remember that Reverend Brenda facilitated? They got rings. They made them down to God, and it was their idea. We didn't make them do it. So let's give up your business. Questions or comments for Miss Crystal?
I have a comment.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate and I understand where y'all sisterhood is going, because TT, where she's at? Her heel broke. So Samantha took her shoes off, and then you came up with your shoes off. So I appreciate the sisterhood and the bond that you guys have together.
Anybody else? Want somebody? Comment, question, clarification?
I just want to comment that I do appreciate you sharing your story, because it can help someone else that has went through the same experience that you did. So we do appreciate you bravely telling us your story.
Amen.
I like the forgiveness part when you say all the kids come together. I mean, and the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I just want you to know I have that same story. My youngest daughter and her father had me and a young lady pregnant at the same time as well. So I had that same struggle and overcame it.
Amen. I think she said something so powerful that caught my attention. We have to learn how to focus our madness or anger at the right person. That's the enemy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, we get mad at the other woman, but like she said, he cheated on both of y'all, both of us. You know, we can't be mad at each other. We need to encourage and uplift each other versus being mad. Focus our attention on the real adversary. That is the enemy. Amen. And then give it up for Miss Crystal one more time. Come on, Miss Virginia. She ready, huh? Look at her. Come on. Y'all show us love that she got that.
Good afternoon to everybody I didn't speak to.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my tag is basically the same, and my sister's keeping, talking about how building a relationship with Christ should help us build a relationship with others.
That's right.
Okay, well, I was going to identify keeper, but since she already did that part, I'm just going to skip that little part.
Yeah, okay.
All right, of course, we know that not every relationship with our brothers and sisters in Christ will be a bed of roses, right?
That's right.
But who is to say we should not love them anyway?
Right.
Okay, Mark 12, 30, 31, Jesus said that we should love God with all of our heart, with all of our soul, with all of our mind, and with all of our strength. The second is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay, if we make the effort, God will create the bond.
That's right. That's good.
Relationships are important even with those who aren't our friends yet. They're a gift and a responsibility from God. So we are called to invest in, encourage, and build each other up in the body of Christ.
That's right.
The strength of all our relationships depends on the strength of our relationship with God, first of all. The foundation from which all our other relationships flow from. If we don't have a good connection with the Father, how will we have a healthy relationship with anybody else? Okay. I'm getting it together, y'all.
You got it.
Okay. It is impossible to honestly protect our sister if inside we secretly envy them, despise them, and plot to spiritually kill them.
Wow.
That's powerful there.
It is.
Also, when it comes to protection, it is not referring to just the ones that are close to us, for everybody.
That's
So,
right.
you know, we have to keep count of everybody, include everybody in this. The first question ever asked of God was, am I my brother's keeper? And many of y'all might be familiar with the story with Cain and Abel, right?
Yeah.
We know that Cain killed his brother because he was jealous of him. Okay, so that was the first account of jealousy led to murder. And just to throw a little something in, basically my kid's father, you know, he's deceased. And that's basically what happened to him. His girlfriend killed him because he was talking to another girl or something.
Wow.
So yeah, that jealousy, that ain't nothing to play with.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
devastating.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Just have to throw that in there too.
Yeah.
Okay, oftentimes as women of God, we tend to judge one another, be jealous of one another, criticize one another, and talk bad to one another. These things should not be happening in the body of Christ.
That's right.
Are you rising up to slay your sister with backbiting words, piercing stirs, and slicing gossip? We should not envy someone because maybe she's married, you're not. Maybe she got a promotion in her job, her house is big, or whatever the situation may be. We shouldn't be like that towards one another.
That's right.
So we must stop seeing each other as the competition and start seeing each other as Christ and as sisters in Christ. In 1 John 4:12 it states, whoever claims to love God, yet hate their brothers and sisters is a liar.
That's right.
So if we continue to be like this, envious towards our sister, guess what? We're blocking our own blessings.
That's right. That's right.
Instead of comparing your life to hers or his, begin to pray for her because you don't know what it took her to get her blessing.
That's right.
And pray that God remove that spirit of envy from you. Me, myself, I have struggled with jealousy. But I'm getting better at it. Getting better at it. So as I'm writing this, doing this, I'm learning as well.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, we know that in 1 Corinthians 13, it's dealing with love. It'll tell you what love does and what it does. Love is patient. It's kind. It isn't jealous, etc. Read the rest when you get it. aside all anger, wrath, malice, slander, abusive speech, and lying to one another. And start putting on the heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another, and forgiving one another as Christ has forgiven us.
That's right.
So when God begins to transform our lives, we are then enabled to teach others, especially our sisters in Christ. Not leaving the guys out, but sister moms.
Yeah.
Okay. In Luke 22:32 it says, when you have been converted, that's when you can strengthen your brothers and sisters as well. We are to exhort one another on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So instead of being jealous of one another, let's start complimenting one another, loving one another, congratulating one another on their accomplishments.
That's right.
In this season of love, let us not forget to love our sisters, for we are our sister's keeper. And it's up to each one of us to make an effort for that. So as you see in the Bible, you know, Mary, the mother of Jesus, she had her cousin Elizabeth as her, friend or sister keeper. You had Naomi, who had Ruth, and you had the other Mary and Martha. Sometimes you had that one true friend that you really confide in, right? So that's your sister keeper. But as a body of Christ, we all are our sisters and brothers keepers.
That's right.
Okay, before I conclude this, I'm going to give you guys 10 keys to building a healthy relationship. Number 1, 10 keys. Start with yourself. Sometimes we have to evaluate ourselves as well.
That's right.
Now and then. Okay, Matthew 22:39. Love your neighbors yourself. We can only love others to the degree that we love ourselves. And we only love ourselves to the degree that we know the love of God. That's number 1.
That's right.
Number 2, be faithful. Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times.
That's right.
We need to love our friends even when they are being unlovable. For it is then that they need our friendship the most. Number 3, speak only encouraging words to that person. The power of death and life are in the tongue.
Yeah.
Proverbs 18:21.
Yes, it is.
You know how sometimes you hear sticks and stone may break your bone, but nothing will never hurt me? Words can wound greater than sticks and stones.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. That's right.
Number 4, be friendly. That's Proverbs 18:24. He who has friends must be friendly. If you have a real negative, grouchy attitude all the time, you will have a hard time making friends, right? Pretty much. Number 5, practice love.
Yeah.
Always practice love. Okay? Number 6, help people in trouble. Galatians 6:2. God wants us to share each other's troubles and problems. Number 7, always pray for one another. Never pass an opportunity to pray with someone.
That's right.
Number 8, pursue peace with all men as much as possible. Number 9, know how to deal with offenses, because sometimes we get offended and, take the wrong way or whatever the situation may be.
Say it again.
And the last, you want to say it again?
Yeah.
Say it again. Number 9, know how to deal with offenses, because sometimes we take offense the wrong way.
Yeah.
You don't want me to say it no more.
One more time for the Holy Ghost.
That's right. Trinity. Number 9, one more time. Know how to deal with offenses. And you know the rest.
Yeah.
All right. And the last one, number 10, forgive one another.
Yeah.
Ephesians 4:32. Forgive each other as Christ forgave us.
Yes.
In any relationship, you will have to choose to forgive the other person when they hurt or offend you.
That's right.
Okay, so redeemed ladies of Christ, I empower us to love our sister as ourselves. It is time to let go of the negative stereotypes we hold of other women and begin to love as Christ have loved us. That concludes
Come on, Paul. I think Paul out.
That was an excellent job, Mom.
See that?
Anybody else?
Love you.
Come on, okay.
I love the thing that you said about spiritually killing your sister.
Yeah. You know how we physically and emotionally,
Yeah.
but they spiritually killing?
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah.
That's powerful. Yeah. Anybody else?
Great job.
Thank you.
I ain't mad. Sunday morning. Okay, come on.
So the thing about love, like, how do you love someone, or how do you show someone love when when they kind of don't want it? Like, how do you do someone?
Pretty much all I can say. I know it's gonna be hard. It can be hard, but if you got that Christ in you, I mean, you'll know how to love it.
That's right.
But if everybody's gonna pick about that.
That's good. I just say love the hell out of them.
Yeah. There you go, right there.
Love the actual hell out of them. Expecting nothing. You know, we love because we're supposed to love. Expecting absolutely nothing. Even if it's not in return, we still have to love. We're called to do that as men and women of God. Amen?
Define, because I know clearly what that means, but just define that. I want everybody to, if you can unpack that a little bit, loving and expecting nothing in return.
For me, what I mean by it, and maybe you can add on to it, is that even if they don't want it, they're resistant, you know you got to speak to them or give them a hug, and they kind of like, hey, but you like, hey, Richard, how you doing? They like, oh, pay no mind to it, it doesn't matter. You know, we're called to love past their flaws, past their hatred. Yeah. Love, and I'm not looking for the spirit to be back. As long as I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, that God is pleased.
And eventually she will want to reconcile.
Absolutely. I believe I've seen it over and over again. You know, but sometimes I know even in the body of Christ, we kind of like, I'm going to be nice to you if you're nice to me. That's not godly love, though. You know, because and it should be easier for us to do because God, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. That was love. You know, even when we are unlovable, even when we sin, go against his will, he yet loves us. He yet wakes us up every morning. He yet provides all of our needs. He yet take care of our children, keep us in good health. We don't always deserve it. Matter of fact, we don't deserve it. You know, we deserve the death sentence. I ain't finna go there.
Pick up off of that. I deal with people, girl that works with me. I speak to everybody every day. If we by ourselves, I speak to her. She will not speak back for nothing. I'm like, good morning. She'll just walk past, you know, say, no. You know, I did my part. I'm still, speaking to you.
That's right. What I had to learn was that, and my husband, a pastor taught me this, is that don't internalize everything. You know, a lot of times as women, we take things personal, but honestly, it really oftentimes has nothing to do with any of us. It's what they're going through. They're going through a bad marriage. They're going through low self-esteem. They're going through financial problems. So they have to have somebody to take it out on, and normally it's women, you know, I'm being mean to you because I'm going through. So I learned not to internalize every single thing. I'm like, and give people the benefit of the doubt, just start praying for them. She must be going, as long as you know it's not you, and God is pleased at how we're treating them, then all is well, amen? Amen. Amen. Next up, we have Miss Kena Price. Let's give it up.
I said something that somebody else already said, just act like y'all didn't hear it. Okay, so as women, we can manage so many different roles from being wives, mothers, business owners, and even scholars. But many of us tend to have a difficult time getting along with other women, truth be told. Yeah. I've heard countless times women saying they don't get along with women, they get along better with guys. Women just don't like me, they're haters. Even people saying anywhere it's a bunch of women, it's going to be a bunch of mix. Backstabbing, gossiping, whatever the case may be, I've heard it all. So the world really has a negative perception on women being able to get along with one another. And these are some ways that women are actually viewed, how women treat one another. And I don't know if I'm clicking this right. Okay, so this picture, what do you all see in this picture right here?
Bunch of women.
A girl just got yeah, you got screws sitting right there, right, sure.
Yeah, what type of behavior
behavior that she has on her. Yeah, jealous. Good job, Bree. What about this one right here? Is this really gospel or is it a prayer request?
That's
Girl, did you hear?
That's licensed gospel.
Here's another one. Y'all see them?
What she have on? Why don't they invite her? If you have something to say, then just say it.
What is this? What type of behavior is this?
Envy or jealous. No, you got jealous something. Love and hip hop.
Yeah. She probably just don't know what the word. She's never been taught. You know, whatever the case may be, you never know. But unfortunately, this includes how women of God are viewed when we're called to be the children of God and sisters in Christ. The world should actually view women of God as examples of women who are our sisters' keepers, one who treats each other with love and respect and build each other up, not tear each other down. Tonight our topic is, am I my sister's keeper? This is my first time doing this, y'all. Okay, and in Ecclesiastes 4:9-10, the Bible says 2 people are better than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other one can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. I think this can also be used as an example of how women should actually get along. God wants us to connect with one another. As sisters, we can accomplish more together than apart. So as sisters, we really all can just get along. Who's actually considered to be your sister? Let's define that. It's easy to, let me see. I went too fast, y'all. But yeah, a sister is not just your sister by blood. We talked about that, not just the one that you have the same biological parent, y'all grew up in the same household, ride to school together. It's easy to be her keeper. Y'all ride or die anyway. You know, but your sister is also a daughter of the Heavenly Father. We're all daughters of the Heavenly Father. That means we're sisters. Now, it's not always easy to get along with someone that you're not, I guess, really close to. Or, like we said before, someone who really doesn't want to, I guess, receive that love from you. Now, so your sister is also, like I said, the daughter of the Heavenly Father. Your sister can be a battered, beaten, and rejected woman like Hagar in Genesis 16. She just broke it. You're still responsible for her. You're still her sister. You're her keeper. It can be your sister's that babe in Christ. She just coming to join the ministry. She may not know the proper church etiquette according to your standards, but she's still your sister. You're her keeper. She could be a bitter woman, like Naomi. She feels that God has turned his back on her. Naomi and Ruth. She just bitter, just doesn't want to be bothered, leave me alone. But you still have to love on her. She's still your sister.
That's right.
Your sister can also be that woman with the spirit of jealousy, like Miriam. She felt that she should be the chosen one. She can do a better job. Miriam in Numbers 12. So she's still your sister too. You still have to love on her. Your sister's that one with the shameful past. You know all about it. You know what she did way back then. You know, but she's still your sister. You're responsible for her. You still her keeper. Also, she could be that virtuous woman. She don't have many issues going on or any issues. She seems like she has it all going together, but you're still her keeper. She needs a keeper too. Or we talked about the Titus 2 woman. Like I said, she set an example. She has it all together. She still needs a keeper too. She's still your sister as well. So, now that we know who our sister is, what's hindering you for being your sister's keeper?
Good question.
We must first deal with our own issues in order to truly be there for our sisters.
That's right.
It is quite difficult to love someone else if you don't love yourself or have unresolved issues. So know the source. First one may be fear. Few of us have had horrible experiences with women. We've been stabbed in the back, and we may avoid getting close to other women to spare hurt and drama or embarrassment. Insecurities. We are not secure with our own lives, our own bodies, and status, so we tear other women down to build ourselves up. It may even be a learned behavior. It's just how you were taught. It's what you saw your folks do.
Yeah.
It's how women treat each other. It's just basically a generational curse.
Yeah.
That could be the root of the problem. Selfishness. You could just be too busy, caught up in your own thing, what you're doing. You have too many things going on. You got to be here at this time. You got to be there at this time. The kids got to be here, whatever. You don't really have time to deal with anybody else's issues or praise them for their accomplishments. You just don't have time. That's selfish. Jealousy. You think you can do a better job than that person. You're a better fit. You've been in that department for 5 years and she's been there 6 months. And her little self, she didn't get promoted. You've been here all this time. So you got a little something you jealous about that. You know, it shouldn't be, but sometimes it is what it is. So she's married with a family, and again, you knew her way back when she was a little loose. You know, we got children in here, but she was a little loose. Y'all know what I mean? But yeah, when she was all the way turned up. And you're still single, but she's married, so you might be a little jealous about that. But if you're dealing with these issues, then you must first surrender them to God.
That's right.
Then He will begin to remove that from your spirit, and you'll be able to be there for someone else. You'll be able to be there for your sister. What does how to be your sister's keeper? What does that actually look like? How can you help your sister actually succeed? First, you should show respect. Show love, respect, and kindness to your sister. Respect each other's differences and learn to work together. 1 Timothy 5:2 tells us to treat older women as you would your mother, and treat younger women with all purity as you would your own sisters. Be a positive influence.
That's good.
Help her become the best that she can be. Truly have her back. Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Amen.
Teach. We all have made bad decisions. So don't be so quick to judge your sister. We made those decisions basically. We've overcome them so we can actually teach them right from wrong. Tell them what not to do, not to run into that brick wall. So kind of teach, but teach in love. Pull your sister to the side. You know, you can let your sister know your thoughts and concerns. Correct them in love. Be sincere. Always, again, have her best interests at heart. Pray. Pray for your sister. It's okay to intercede on your sister's behalf.
That's right.
Call your sister's name. Just pray for her on a daily basis. She needs that. Encourage. Always lift your sister up. Never allow her to be down on herself or give up on her dreams. Help her to believe that she can do anything. Hebrews 3:13, but exhort one another daily. Basically, we are to encourage daily. Daily. Sometimes we barely do that monthly, but we're to do that daily. So we want to work on that.
Amen.
Support. We all have gifts and talents that God blessed us with.
Supporting your sister does not take anything away from you.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, if we all support one another, then we all win.
Yeah.
Say for instance, you have a cooking business. All of us need to be buying a dish.
Yeah.
You know, you have a clothing company, a jewelry. All of us need to be rocking something every now and then. You know, supporting. One of our sisters is graduating. One of our sisters is graduating. We should be at the graduation. Many of us should be if we're, not busy. Everybody not busy, so we should be supporting. I don't care if it's a speech you saying somewhere, 2 lines. We should be supporting our sisters. We may have a sister that's in need, having financial hardships. May not know where her next meal is coming from. We need to make sure that she has food to eat. And also provide some tips, some budgeting tips or whatever, but we still need to make sure that she has what she needs. We never leave our sister hanging.
Yeah.
And last but not least, cease competition. Embrace our differences and know that whatever God has for you is for you. Mm-hmm. His blessings are not limited to one person.
That's right.
But you are blocking your blessing being jealous or trying to compete with your sister. Mm-hmm. So just know that when he blesses someone else, then yours is on the way.
That's right.
Amen.
So learn to praise God for your sister. Then you will begin to see that God will pour you out blessings that you won't have room enough to receive.
Yeah.
So am I my sister's keeper? The answer is yes, I am, and so are you.
Amen.
We've learned all of these tips, ladies, about being our sister's keeper. So we don't just want to talk about it; we want to be about it.
That's right.
I believe that if we begin to see a change in change here at Redemption Life, we'll see a change throughout the city. I start supporting you, encouraging you. You start encouraging her. It'll flow over to FedEx, it'll flow over to the hospital, over to the church up here, to MTSU, Germantown. And it'll just become a trend. Women will start getting along and knowing how to treat each other. We won't have this negative stereotype of being that we cannot get along with each other. It has to stop somewhere, and I believe that it stops here at Redemption Life Church. Now, ladies, I have one last thing I would like for you to repeat and just let this resonate in your spirit. Again, with me. I am my sister's keeper.
I am my sister's keeper.
I will build my sister up.
I will build my sister up.
Encourage her.
Encourage her.
Empower her.
Empower her.
And pray for her.
And pray for her.
I have no reason to talk about her.
I have no reason to talk about her.
Tear her down.
Tear her down.
Be jealous of her.
Be jealous of her.
Or to compete with her.
Or to compete with her.
I'm going to stand behind her.
I'm going to stand behind her.
And help push her into her destiny.
And help push her into her destiny.
And that is all I have for you.
Amen. Keeper, any questions? Come on, Ray.
After that last speech, I got my job cut out for me, don't I? I got to stand behind you, encourage and push and help her.
Yeah.
As
Enjoy
with
it.
my sister.
Amen. Anybody else?
I have a comment about
Y'all can be seated.
about how to be your sister's keeper can be a learned behavior. That kind of stung a little bit because I want to be an example. I don't want to teach, my son, the wrong way to, that kind of stung a little bit because I guess I just want to be, although I try to treat everybody right because I don't want, I want to be in the right, but that was something I really didn't think about.
Yeah.
That it's learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we teaching? What are we teaching our children?
Powerful.
Yes, sir.
That was good.
I like how you was creative and used the PowerPoint.
I'm the first one to use PowerPoint. Thanks, Austin.
Anybody else? Comment? Question?
I think you made a powerful point. You talked about support and non-competition. You know, when I was out there in the world, and I was like what Pastor Westbrook used to be like. It was one of the things. I'm gonna go You know, one of the things is women not supporting. The reason men get away with foolishness is because women don't support other women. That was back.
Anybody else? That's good. Anybody else? Let's give her another hand.